Okay, we're going to work on 207-6-41, the spacer. This will get you to Onshape. This will get you to this video right here, and this is the part we're going to be working on. So the base part of it right here is 2.5 inch diameter that goes 1 inch high. Then on top of that, we're going to have a 1.5 diameter. This little part right here is 1.5 diameter. That comes up 0.75, and then there's a hole that goes through it that's 1. Now I'm going to show you how to use the hole command to get that done. And make that a little bit easier on you. So you're going to go to classes, and you should click on whichever class you're in, and then find 207-6-41 spacer. All right, so you're going to go to your class and find 207-6-41 spacer. All right, okay. So now this is not a metric part, so I'm just going to leave this the way it is. And for me, I like to do it this way. I'm going to click on a new sketch on the top, right click, and view normal twos to start there. All right, now I'm going to start by putting a circle right here, and that circle diameter was 2.5. Oops, I got to place it first before I put in a number. 2.5. All right. I'm going to finish the sketch, click on this corner right here, then to extrude this upward, and that one was 1 inch. So it's 1 inch right there. It's going to go upward, and I like the way that looks. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and hide these now just to make it easy, or make it visually appealing, because I'm going to right click on this, click new sketch right here, view normal to, and I'm going to do another circle, and right here this one was 1.5. all right, oops, I still forget 1.5. all right, so I'm going to finish that sketch, click the corner here again. I like to click the corner because I want to see it happen. Click extrude, I want to make sure everything's going the right way. Change this to 0.75, and we should be good here. All right, that's it there. Now, there's a hole that goes through the center, and it'd be easy enough just to click on this, create a circle, and make it concentric, but we're going to do this instead. We're going to right click. I'm going to show you how to use the hole command. We're going to right click. You're going to need to have a center point. So we're going to put a point right here and this right here, and see how it's blue? I'm going to click the concentric constraint, click that part, and then click the edge, and it's going to go to that right there. So it puts it right on there. Now this makes it so we now can use this hole command. When you use the hole command, there's options here to create all kinds of things, and it makes things easy for you in the long run. But you're going to change your drill size, whatever it is right there, you're going to come down to 1 and add that. You can type in a number there if you want to, or you can type in a number here, and it's going to go through all, but we're just simply going to click that right there, and you're going to see that it makes that hole go all the way through it. Now in the long run, that's going to be very beneficial to you, because when we go to create the drawing, which we'll go to create the drawing now, and it's a metric one, and we can just stick with this inch right there. You don't need to have all the views. This view isn't necessary. We can actually delete that view if we want to, and I'm going to right click on this one and show show my hidden lines right there. So it shows my hidden lines. When you use this button right here, this is the hole or call out. So if we were using threads or other things, counterboards, countersinks, you would just click this and click that right there, and it's going to change that to be the diameter, and it's going to give you all kinds of information. Now I'm going to go over here, change this to 2 decimal places, and eventually we'll figure out how to make that so it's just set up that way. I'm going to put a dimension on this one and say what that diameter is there, and I'm going to put a dimension right here and say what the outside diameter is on this one. All right, get that close to what the other one is, so I know what those diameters are. I'll do a center line bisector on that one there. I think that's what it's called in this program, edge to edge center line. Yeah. So we'll do that, so it puts a center line down through there. Then we'll just worry about the dimensions on this part right here, the overall height, and we can do as it was called out there, or we can do this one. We'll just call it out this way, the way it's there, and this is fine. It's usually you would put this one on the outside here because it's a little bit taller, so I'm going to move this in a little bit closer, and then move this one in a little bit closer, and we should be there, good there. Now I'm going to delete this one because what I want to do is I don't want to have that. I want to click this to here and put that like that, because you want to have that gap right there. It shouldn't connect directly. All right, but that's it. That's all there is to that drawing. I'm going to go down here and double click on this one, backspace over it, and we're going to call it whatever that part is, and this one is a spacer. I'm going to finish that sketch, come down here, double click this, change the number, backspace over that, and the number is 207-6-41. Alright, we're going to change that right there. Alright, now what we learned from the last one is we're going to right click right here and change our name to 207-6-41, and we'll go ahead and add spacer there to it. And this helps us when we go to create our part. So we'll go to print right there, and this one creates that part the way we want it to. So now when it gets saved, it's saved as we want it to be. So you should definitely download that file, put it in your name folder on the desktop, and you're ready to go. Okay, all right, that's it.